Last episode, we had our group go to Acrylic City, place where the seven sisters operate, according to Rodden, Gamzee. Group agreed with Master Chef to go after Nini and Demure, who were the ones to steal the armor, orange and blue-haired sisters. Meanwhile, Gamzee decided to go after number 2, Malady, and her partner, Nurse. Once group stepped on land, they straight went for shipping container yard and met their targets there. They tried to negotiate a bit, but everything ended up in a battle which our boys won. Now, let's jump back to the current episode. Everything starts off by Yoken rolling a crit and putting 8-foot-tall muscle mommy Nini on her shoulder, and Taiga looking after Demure, while they head to the ship to leave them off there. Suddenly, they hear a very loud rumbling noise and see children running away from something. They turn back to take a look at what happened and just see a giant Michelin man go face down. They put 2 and 2 together and understand that it's Rodden fighting with Malady. They see that they need to help them as quick as possible and book it towards them. They reach the battleground and the environment is, I imagine, a little park, bridge over a little canal with fountains around, and also a giant Michelin man body in the background. Kai jumps into the water with the idea to scare that duo with the good old ghost idea. Bradley jumps too. Kai pulls out and tries to scare them, but it doesn't work, gets yelled by Master Chef, and just shoots Malady with the crossbow. Malady, who is by the way is looking very weak, throws a canister full of poison gas at Kai, and that knocks him and Belle out. Gamzee, who has his knives on literal fire from the rage of his fallen friend, does 68 damage to Malady and literally puts her on 1 health point. Damien sees the opportunity and understanding how strong Malady can be, since she is the second strongest, has legendary actions, dealt 40 plus damage to Kai with no problems at all, decides not to risk it, and shoots his missiles at her. Missiles go right through her head and kill Malady. She is dead. Seeing that, Nurse understands that she stands no chance and decides to run. Group can see that she is talking to someone on her Den Mushi. Damien catches up to her, and she surrenders. At that moment, Group back at the bridge see no one else but Kip and Joy. Yoken grabs Kai out and Choppa brings him back on feet. Kai, seeing Joy, immediately starts to flirt with her and she's not having it at the moment since one of her sisters is dead. Yoken, understanding how situation can go bad very quickly, analyzes the situation. Marines are very weak after the last fight, do not have full health, and do not have their abilities ready at go. What they do have though is their alive hostage sisters who they can kill at any moment. And Yoken decides to use that advantage to negotiate with Joy. By the way, Kai at that moment is spilling his heart out to Joy about how he does not want to be a Marine. How that is very scary. Joy offers him to leave that job and stay with them on this island. Joy wants Marines to leave the island. Yoken at the moment does not want to fight, so they make a peace treaty at the spot with our boys giving away Demure for temporary peace. Right at that moment, gas wears off, and you can see on the other side angry Master Chef and Damien. Joy pushes Kai behind her and tells Damien to chill. Damien does not understand what is going on and orders them to give them armor. Joy makes it very clear that they won't give away armor because of Damien, I think. Because they think that he's evil and that armor is far too dangerous for an evil man to be in. Damien, on the other hand, tells that because it's too dangerous, it cannot be at the hands of the seven sisters since they don't know what they might do with it. Kai brings up a good point of destroying the armor if it's that dangerous, to which Joy answers that they're searching for a way to destroy. Honestly, the fact that sisters are trying to destroy it is a huge thing. Well, it might be also the case that Malice told the other sisters that she wants to destroy it, but have some other plans for it. Well, we'll see about that. Anyways, the fight starts, and Joy attacks Yoken with a happy attack. She attacked Taiga previously. Joy also blasts Rodden with her smile, making him unconscious. Bradley has a huge move of sneaking behind Joy, grappling her and taking her with him underwater. Kai notices it and jumps into water to save her. Meanwhile, Kip puts to sleep Taiga and almost finishes off Yoken, leaving her with 1 health point. Yoken manages to stand on her feet and carry Nini at the same time. Damien ropes Nurse to the fountain, and Taiga wakes up from sleep. Damien goes to stabilize Rodden and picks up a buzzing Den Mushi on him. On Den Mushi, he hears his subordinates screaming that they're attacked by Capone. They surround Kip, and Yoken uses her martial arts to push Kip into the water, waking her up. Kai at the same time grapples Bradley and frees Joy. Kai then puts a net on Bradley, which offends Bradley big time. Nurse, seeing her two devil fruit eater sisters get pushed into the water, breaks down and asks Damien to save them, and she will lead them to Malice herself. Tyga frees Bradley, and Bradley puts handcuffs on Joy and takes her out of the water. Out of her pocket rolls a devil fruit they bought on auction. Kai takes Kip out as well. Rat that was with Rodden wants blood for his master, and roll 2 natural 20 in a row and shoots Joy and Kip. It doesn't really do a lot of damage, but that's crazy that this rat rolled 2 crits in a row. Kip is awake and really cannot do anything, and apparently her devil fruit works only when she's asleep. So she rolls on the ground and tries to sleep. Damien walks up to Kai and Kip and cuffs Kip. Damien doesn't understand what the fuck Kai did and why, mentions that they weren't intending on killing sisters in the first place and just wanted to arrest them. Kai answers that by mentioning how Damien killed Malady. Damien reminds Kai about their mission about armor, and Kai snaps. He yells at Damien on how he doesn't give a fuck about armor and doesn't want to be a marine. Yoken runs up and shows a devil fruit Joy carried to Kai. He screams and falls back into water. He then goes on to check on Belle, uses a medkit on her. Group discusses what they should do, since they're so weak, and how they should handle Rodden, and how are they supposed to fight Malice. And right at that moment, they hear Malice's voice from behind of them saying that Damien killed her parents. To be continued. If you want to hear my opinion on whole situation with Kai that episode, then here's what I'm gonna tell you. That's a pretty good move from Teking's side, diving into Kai's character deeper and showing that his fear is not just a joke. We know that Kai went to become a Marine just because he has seen a lot of Marines growing up and thought it would be fun. But apparently it wasn't, and he discovered it the hard way. He's seen that people get hurt. People suffer and people get hurt here. I don't what he was expecting signing up for military of One Piece world, but let me tell you, it wasn't that. Kai understands that he doesn't want to be a Marine anymore, and with Joy he sees a chance to put that dangerous life aside and do something else. Also, he sees that the 7 sisters, at least the ones we heard talk, are not bad people. They actually have some good morals and want to do good in the world. At least, what Kai has seen so far. On the other hand, he has a mission on retrieving that black armor. And the only thing he knows about that armor is that it was the reason hundreds of knights were slaughtered 10 years ago. And he hears how people mention that it's so evil. Honestly, it's pretty understandable on why Kai acts that way. I just think maybe Teking's taking it too personally when the group call Kai an idiot, and gets on edge when interacting with Noble, which is unnecessary since it's just a game and you should not take it out the roleplay. But I do understand Damien too. From his standpoint, Kai does not want to be a Marine, is being a liability to the group by literally fighting his teammate and not helping in the fight where they risk their lives. Damien also, I don't know what the whole deal with him, but he mentions how the armor is not evil and it just matters on who's in that armor. Why then sisters mention him as that evil man? It just might be the case where only Malice has something against him, where maybe her parents were some outlaws and Damien killed them, and that's all just some personal vendetta, and she stole the armor to get her revenge. Maybe she has some internal resentment towards Marines and sees all Marines corrupt even though they aren't. Maybe she's not even talking about Damien but about the Black Knight. Maybe her parents were guards at Tarako. Well, that's all from me, Devils. Bye.